left-hand comp on piano with minor major 7 gives us a new satisfaction, a new excitement, and new possibilities. However, we also got new challenges in front of us. So let's just take a look how we are going to approach this subject and what kind of changes we can make in order to achieve good results. We know for certain that someone is gonna play the root, so I do not have to worry about it. I can concentrate on two major ingredients, which is flat 3 and major 7. These two make the music sound like a minor major already. If I add the 5, turns out I've got this augmented third in my disposal twice. Okay. If I use the tension 13th into my fingering, I've got 4 notes. And this is awesome sound. Why is it awesome? Because 7 exists. Unfortunately, this tension 13 makes it weaker, but at the same time more exciting. If I add the 5, we end up with this cluster. So this tension, when you listen, this tension 13 gives lots of destruction to the sound. This is with it. This is without it. With it, without it. Exactly. So now I add 3, without it, with it, without, with it. So I'm hearing the sound going from here to here, from here to here. Take a listen. From here to here. Excellent. Now, if I decide to skip tension 13 for tension 9, for example, what a beautiful sound. We don't feel it yet because the root doesn't exist. But excellent. If I drop the top note 1 octave lower, it's even better. And then the fun continues. So when I look at the structure, what I just built, flat 3, 5, major 7th, and tension 9th. We're going up, 5 on the bottom, major 7, tension 9, flat 3. Major 7, tension 9, flat 3, 5. Tension 9th on the bottom, flat 3, 5, major 7, and so on, so on. I can always add this root. Like for example, I could add the tension on top and play between root and major 7th. When it comes to inversions, so this is the representation of what we have, and I can basically go this way, I can go that way. It's up to me. And this is very interesting and exciting. Like we said, we care about the sound. So inversion helps me to kind of elevate the sound and build the sound. But I'm building the sound, if I'm a music composer or arranger, I'm building the sound for specific instruments. So for example, I ask myself, if that's the sound, it's gonna look great, right? For the string quartet, for example. Okay? So I'm thinking about the cello, I'm thinking about the violin, I'm thinking about other elements, right, in music, and how the musicians, how they are going to receive it, because sometimes the bigger spread, you see, it's gonna create more greater results when I think about the instrumentation. Okay? Flat 3, tension 11th. This is flat 7, tension 9th. So now I'm altering the 7th into major 7. And all of a sudden, we've got this. Now, if I travel with flat 3, 1 octave higher, so this chord is not easy, this inversion is not easy to play, but I can always alter my fingers into something else. So this is the sound, but if I go even higher, I've got tension 11th on top, flat 3 9th, and major 7 on the bottom. So depending what you write for, what's the situation, what's the instrumentation, what kind of instrument, because the instruments, they got the range, their own range too, right? So if, for example, if I ask my cello player to play higher than G, I will be in trouble, because they will hate me, because this is like end of the robe for some, right? Okay. Left hand on piano gives us a new challenges from the harmonic perspective. We already introduced minor seconds between tension 9th and 3, major second between flat 3 and tension 11th. But the new challenge, it's augmented 11th. Okay, so this interval is gonna manifest constantly. If I combine it, if I play the root of that chord on top, I'm combining this augmented thing with minor second. So it feels wrong, it sounds wrong, but when you add the root on the bottom, it solves everything. So look, major second on top is a tension 9th. This sound is totally possible, however, it's missing the 3rd, which is responsible for the minor flavor. Okay? So now we could basically develop that sound. So I don't know if you noticed, but we just lost augmented 4th, because I switched from F to E flat to express that 3rd. Okay? So once again, depending on the situation, this cluster could be very interesting by itself. This cluster could be very interesting. This one is very, right, like, love this. Okay, so we've got major 7, root, and tension 9th, but we don't have flat 3, but we could have it. Look. Feels wrong, but from the theory perspective and the ear training, let's add tension 11th. Can you feel like a symphonic orchestra string quartet builds this kind of? Okay, so you ask yourself, That's the beautiful thing about internal meditation. That's why I don't want you to like chase a music. I want you to fool around with it. Music, it's a meditation. Music, it's a meditation. Music, you dive into the sound like jumping into the swimming pool. And instead of treating this swimming pool like an expectation, swim, 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 exercise, 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 breathe, 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 you kind of jump into it to explore that sensation of life. Music could be the same thing. So the sound gives you this opportunity to meditate. Every single note creates vibration. Notes create relationships. More notes, more relationships, but also more intervals. Your goal is to observe. Your goal is to listen and adopt what you hear. Inhale. Exhale. See? I'm just choosing different combinations of variations of notes I can play with my left hand. And then my ear and all my senses digest that flavor. Okay? So first, if I were you, I could look for, when I comp with my left hand, I'm looking for 3 and 7. Minor 3, major 7. So once I find these, everywhere I go, B flat, E flat, I'm looking for minor thirds, major 7th, right? And so on, so on. Exactly. So once I get better with this, guess what? I'm gonna include more flavors. I could include 5. And then I've got 3 notes to follow. After a while, after a week or 2 of practicing this, I can jump on tensions. We know for certain that tension 13th is the most impactful, most destructive one. What changes the major... Exactly. Changes the major sound of that minor chord into minor 6. So it's slightly different settlement in different flavor, if you wish. So we could avoid that. So we can concentrate on the tension 9th and tension 11th. And all of a sudden we've got the whole essence of our study on the fingertips. Royal Composer provides students around the world with detailed musical knowledge.
Let's take the challenge out of building chords. I will show you the way.
Our signature course, Chord World, teaches you how to build chords in music. We are talking about triad 7 chords and tensions with all the inversions, 21st century stuff. With a little bit of effort, topics such as 7 chords or tensions could become your favorite topics. The Chord World provides everything you need to know about the chords in music from A to Z. No matter what style of music you create, our powerful, detailed video presentations will help your music production. If you are serious about the music creation, check out Chord World. We are here to support you and your music.